So, what's amazing is I'm going to show you pictures of the bird. There's a laceration in the neck. I mean, I'm exaggerating. It is massive. You can see right inside the bird. Yeah. You can see all the structures in the neck. Miraculously, there's almost no bleeding. The owner only noticed it yesterday, although I think it's been there longer. And the bird's pretty bright. He's running around. The owner says he's eating and drinking. Do you have any idea what may have caused this?
I think either the mouth, because I found mouth under the thigh, and I found droppings of a big thing. If it's a mouse, it will do that because they are huge.
So Phoenix, as you see, looks pretty bright, happy, running around. I'd like to show you guys the lesion.
And I found a little mouse under the thigh too.
I mean, that is good.
That's so great.
You can see all the dead tissue around, so it makes it a little bit tricky for surgery.
How long does it take to form dead tissue like that, Phil?
Himself.
Well, the question, the big question I've got with this owner is when I don't know the cause of something like this, it worries me. Because when we send this on bird home, if the other bird, she's got a second bird, and the other bird could be attacking it. So we're going to have to keep them separate cages to start next to each other.
Is your other bird a Quaker?
Yeah.
Now we're going to have to, because there's so much skin loss here, we're going to have to do a little flap of skin maybe. I might have to undermine into a flap.
Yeah.
So it's pretty extensive. I'm gonna actually probably do it over 2 surgeries. Let go away.
Do you need the almond plugged in?
No. Ethan, can I please have a swab?
Why 2 surgeries?
I let go, yeah? Well, we'll see how it goes. Why? Because I've just got this I've got really unhealthy tissue, and I just don't want too much bleeding. It's just like show.
What's your goal here, Phil?
My goal is to start closing the hole and let the body just heal itself, but it's so big and it's been going for so long. We've got such damaged tissue. And it looks very clean inside. I don't want to wash because I think it goes right inside the bird. So I'm just going to pull these, we're going to pull the ends together. Can I get some, Ethan, I'd like some 3-0 Vicryl.
So we don't know the actual cause of this, do we? If it's self-inflicted, if it's another bird?
No. But we know that you can't live with such a big, you can't have such a big opening. So the first thing is to try and get just the two main ends closed.
You ever seen this before?
I've never seen something like this before, but the big lesson for anyone watching is that obviously it would be nice to remove all the scabs and close it, but that just becomes pretty traumatic for the patient. This way, when we get it back, it's going to actually, the trouble is it's going to need a collar on it as well. The reason I'm using suture that's, they've got very thin skin. This is a suture that's quite fibrous. It's an old suture, but it doesn't cut, at least it doesn't cut through the,
Quite a tame bonded bird, isn't it?
What's amazing is the owner didn't really know this was happening. The fact that it can get to this, to this level of, but the body's amazing. So I'm using the body's own ability to heal itself. And the idea is that in the next probably 2-3 minutes we'll be finished with the surgery.
Actually some Quaker birds you can hear screaming in the background. They've been given a new toy and they're yelling at it.
You'll also notice that there's no, we haven't put a sterile drape. I didn't flush the wound because I can't get the fluids I put in, I can't get out. The opening is just so big, and I felt that it's...
You'd be flushing into the body cavity, wouldn't you?
I'm just worried that the wound is just so extensive, yes. So a few stitches, and we should have an incredible result in a few days. I'll take a little more of the scab off after I've closed it.
So how'd we go, Phil?
So we did kind of well. You can still see a lot of scabs. I can't remove all the scabs. There's bleeding and they go, but I've removed about 1 or 2 millimeters of the edges of the wound. I've then put quite a few stitches. We flushed and cleaned it. I'll keep on flushing and cleaning it, but this is going to take a little bit of time to heal. And it's right near all the structures. I can see the crop. I can almost see the cervical spine, jugular, all the main structures there. So it's pretty miraculous that this bird's kind of okay. But we'll have to see what takes and what doesn't take. But I'm expecting a very good outcome. Once we stop traumatizing this area, in the next 3 days, the scabs will come off.
So instead of dressing the wound, we give the bird a skivvy to stop it getting to the...
We'll try that. A skivvy is much more comfortable. It's much easier than the birds like it more. This is just a bit of sterile fluids under the skin. We did it before and after surgery.
The skivvy is a type of collar that we use.
It's a new type of collar we're just starting to use more of, but I think
this is fashion of 2022.
The more I look at it, the more I think that, let's switch on this light wave please, the more I look at a wound like this, the more I think the birds might have been biting at itself.
Yeah, I was observing it doing that in the hospital.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Can you not see anything else?
No. Turn that light on in my eyes and all I see is a purple dot everywhere.
We love that.
Everywhere else?
Yeah, I'm avoiding the very bright light down there.
The bright light is a heat lamp, which we use to help with the temperature of the patient as they're in recovery. And there we are.
So we had a little, we call this a skivvy, which is like a skirt over his neck. You know, it's difficult because the wound is right on the neck, and he was able to get to the stitches. Some of it, he's taken out some of it, so I've got to put in some more stitches on. This is the new little collar that I'm using. It's really just a tiny little, let's say, neck brace. So I'll use both on. But unfortunately, I'm going to go in and just put in 1 or 2 more stitches. The wound's looking really good because it's been closed for about 18 hours. But it's pretty sad that we've got to go in a second time. So we'll show you a picture when we're finished. But beautiful little bird. If you take just one picture, what it looks like now. So if you might have seen it when it came in. But we're looking much better now. Put it back in there. Then we'll put
How did the second surgery go, Phil?
Brilliant. So we had to, the first surgery cleaned up a lot, and now it's looking so much better 1 day later. Unfortunately, he got through, obviously we never blame the bird. Like a child, we never blame a child for things, we blame the parents. Until you're about 18, then you can probably blame the child. And we never blame a bird, we blame the vets and we blame us, but we've got really good things, and we pay like, you know, $15, $20 for this little thing to be sewed. For this as well, we pay probably $15, $20. It's a little bit of Velcro starting at the end of a bit of, but we'll be putting both on after surgery, so this is a little piece of Velcro. I'll just clean up the brace. He's only had it on for an hour or 2, look what he's already done to it. And this we call a skivvy, but it's a skirt that goes over the neck. But he was able to pull it down and get to the wound. Did we do anything wrong? Probably not. Could we be more careful? Well, retrospectively you learn these are not, this is abnormal. To have such a big wound in the neck is pretty abnormal.